Donald Trump's immigration policies are absolutely despicable, but now they've just turned deadly. Because in this breaking story, a Canadian citizen just died in the custody of Donald Trump's ICE. It's no secret, Donald Trump's immigration policies are despicable, heartless, and absolutely unhinged.
In Southern California, dramatic videos show federal agents detaining day laborers in Home Depot parking lots and chasing farm workers across fields.
What you're doing is kidnapping.
This street vendor clung to a tree as agents tried to bring her into custody. According to the Department of Homeland Security, more than 1,600 people have been taken into custody in L.A. alone in the last 3 weeks. An all-out blitz promised by border czar Tom Homan at the start of the raids.
Are there more days coming ahead?
Absolutely. We're going to be out there every day.
President Trump reiterating today he wants to deport 1 million undocumented immigrants a year.
What we're doing is we're really going after the criminal aliens, of which we have plenty to work with.
But according to new ICE data obtained by NBC News, 120,000 out of the 185,000 immigrants arrested by ICE since October have committed no serious crimes. Alejandro Barranco says that includes his father, Narciso.
You served in Afghanistan. What would have happened if you would have treated a detainee that way in the Marines?
I promise you it would have been a war crime, and the situation would have been completely different.
Now that Trump has pretty much normalized masked men running around and kidnapping people, as you can imagine, we're now seeing really negative results.
Reyes had just gone to take out the trash when a red car pulls up. Then a masked man runs up with a flashlight and gun, wearing a vest with the word Marshal on it.
They told me, I'm a cop, I'm the police. Get out on the floor, and I say, I don't do anything.
You only see that one suspect in the video, but Reyes says there was another person driving the car he arrived in. Reyes says the man forces him to the ground and soon reveals his true intentions.
And when he gave me in the floor, he told me, it's a robbery, I'm not the police.
But even actual ICE agents aren't much better.
The difference is that a matter of weeks before he was sent to El Salvador, Mr. Vera received he received what's called a pneumonectomy, a total pneumonectomy, which is it's a major surgery, very sensitive surgery. They had to remove his right lung basically because it was severely damaged from a past tuberculosis infection. Now, I've reviewed his medical records, Anna. I've spoken to a number of doctors and medical experts who have told me that this is very alarming and very troubling because a surgery like this requires months of very intensive and very closely managed care by a team of specialists in a hospital setting.
But now things just went from dark to deadly because a Canadian citizen just died while in the custody of Donald Trump's ICE. Take a look.
Canadian consular officials in the United States are urgently seeking more information about the death of a Canadian citizen who died in the custody of Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Florida. The agency says Johnny Noviello was found unresponsive in Miami on June 23rd while he was in ICE custody and pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of death is still under investigation. And CTV's Kamal Karamali joins me now to talk more about this. He's been covering this story. And Kamal, what do we know about his death and reaction to it?
Good morning, Roger. Yeah, ICE releasing a statement providing a little bit of detail as to what transpired in terms of their version of events. As you mentioned, we know that according to ICE, this death took place on June 23rd, just earlier this week before 1 p.m. You can see here their statement saying Johnny Noviello, a 49-year-old citizen of Canada, he was in the custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and was found unresponsive and pronounced deceased by the Miami Fire and Rescue Department on June 23rd at 1:36 p.m. The cause of death is still under investigation. What they've said is Noviello entered the United States on January 2nd, 1988, so just about or more than 3 decades ago. In a legal visa status, he became a lawful permanent resident in October of 1991, and then just recently recently, a couple of years ago, on October 12, 2023, he was convicted in a nearby county, Volusia County, for racketeering, trafficking in oxycodone, and trafficking in illegal drugs as well, and sentenced to 12 months in prison. Then, just this past month, about a month and a half ago, on May 15th of this year, he was arrested by ICE at the Florida Department of Corrections Probation Office, and that is when this incident took place. He was found unresponsive once again earlier this week, and according to the release by ICE, medical staff at the Bureau of Prisons Detention Center, they performed CPR according to ICE and administered a defibrillator. They also called 911, and then he was pronounced dead 40 minutes later after this initial incident took place, where he was found unresponsive.
At the end of the day, Donald Trump won a second term by boasting about cracking down on illegal gang members here in this country. Now, Canadian citizens are dying in ICE custody. Is this really what anybody wanted? If you voted for Trump, this is what you voted for.